What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a very special episode today on the YouTube channel. You are not going to want to miss this. You won't believe what we have done. We have paired up with one of the largest bait company, actually the largest bait company, live bait company in America. It is awesome. It's called Wormville. They are around where I'm from, and they have partnered up with us. They've given us some live bait, some live worms, some really good looking worms. I mean, big ones, small ones, tons of them. We're going to catch some giant fish on these. You are not going to want to miss this. Stick with it. Stay tuned. So this is just awesome. I just can't believe that we got this opportunity from them. These worms are awesome. I used to fish with worms all the time. I used to catfish a ton when I lived up back on our farm. Now I live on a big lake. I've been bass fishing. Don't really fish with live worms very much, but I do fish with fake worms and artificial worms, as y'all seen on this YouTube channel. But today we're going to try to catch some giant largemouth and some giant stripe on these awesome worms right here. And these are the worms. You guys can pick these up at y'all's local bait stores, Walmart, and wherever. They're almost everywhere. They're awesome. It's called Wormville. They even have a picture of the most famous fisherman in the world, which is Bill Dance. And Bill Dance says the two best times to fish is when it's raining and when it ain't. And that is the most true statement in the world. I guarantee you, he has caught some giant fish on these big red worms here. We've got two different kinds that they gave us. We've got just the regular live red worms here. And as y'all can see, there they are right there. If y'all can see that. These are just a little bit smaller version. There's 30 in a can. They're awesome. I mean, they are super lively. I got them. They've been out, in the heat here for just a minute. They're still super lively. I mean, I've never seen worms like this. It just seems amazing that they can keep these worms, as active and as big as they are, and they stay alive. I used to buy worms from Walmart, and by the time I could get home to go fishing, the worms, they would already be dead. But with these, they are awesome. I mean, you can see them crawling around in the dirt there. They are just moving around tons. They're going to definitely get bit. And then here are the Mac Daddy of all worms. I mean, these things look like the biggest. I mean, they look like a snake when you're pulling them out. I mean, you see this. I've got like 3 inches. He's literally pulling my hand down. They're so strong, so big. And you can see that I can't even get the full thing out. I mean, they're just ginormous. Look at the size of that worm there. This is going to go, I mean, look at that. And there is 12 of these giant things in there. So you're really getting the best bang for your buck. If you want those bigger ones, you could cut them in half and you'd still have, 24 worms. Or if you want the little bit smaller ones, you get 30 to a pack. Them big worms right there, I know you bank fishermen and you cat fishermen and stuff would love those big worms. Put a couple of those on your hook. You'd catch some giant catfish and walleye. I know for a fact all around the world that you could catch some giant fish on worms. There's nothing better than a good, juicy, big worm than to catch a giant PB bass or break your record on biggest catfish, biggest stripe. Any type of fish. That's the great thing about worms, is literally any fish in the lake will eat these worms. So there's tons of boats out today, tons of traffic. Well, we're going to go over here to this bridge and we are going to whack on some big fish. I just know we're going to catch them. I have a great feeling. I haven't fished with live bait. I'm like a little kid in a candy store, or actually a grown man in a tackle shop, really, because this is just so much fun. I cannot wait to go catch these fish. But we're pretty much taking live bait into bass fishing, so, most of the time when people are fishing with worms, they got a bobber and stuff. I brought some bobbers and some hooks out here with me, so we may just go around and fish with those. I know we could go catch tons and tons of brim if we wanted to with, the little bit smaller, just regular red worms. But I'm hoping to catch something big, these big old Canadian night crawlers. Anybody can just, if you want to start getting into fishing and stuff, if you really want to just figure out if you like it, go to the store, pick up some Wormville worms. You can't hardly miss them. They're in red and brown and white containers. Just find the ones that have Bill Dance's face on the side, and that's the Wormville worms. They're awesome worms, great company. And you know, you can really just get these worms anywhere, local tackle shops, Walmart, stuff like that. And I promise you, you will come out here, get you some hooks and some bobbers at Walmart or wherever. Come out here, thread you one of these worms on a big hook or a small hook or whatever you're wanting to fish for, and just come out here, throw it in the water, and I promise you, you'll have something come and eat. There's one. Oh man, that's a good one. Finally, look at that on that big red worm. That's the Canadian nightcrawler by Wormville right there. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, it's a big one. Would you look at that? Oh my goodness. Wormville worms. Y'all need to go get some. Look at that. We have got a giant on. Wormville worms. You can find these in your local tackle shops, Walmart, and this is a giant. This is what I'm talking about right here. These big worms, there's a reason that they're #1 selling live bait company, and it's because they catch big fish and they're the best worms. Golly, live bait is so much fun. If I can get this thing in, it is giant. Hopefully he won't get me around this pylon. Oh my gosh. Let's get this thing out into the deeper water, hopefully. Oh, he's still on. Tighten my drag down too much, it'll break off. Oh my gosh, this is what I'm talking about, folks. This is so much fun. I don't know what it is. I'd say it's a big stripe, but I'm not 100% sure. He is just, golly, he is not going to give up. This fish is not going to give up. Try to get the sun out of our face here for a better camera shot. This fish is not, golly, it's just not going to give up. This is the Canadian nightcrawlers. I've got the package right here. Y'all see that? The Canadian Wormville nightcrawlers. 12 live Canadian nightcrawlers. These are it right here. Y'all go get y'all some and come out here and have the best time fishing. He's slowly coming up to the top. Wormville nightcrawler. I really need a net. The net's underneath the camera. He's just not on those worms right there, if y'all can see that. This is a giant stripe. This fish is just not going to give up. On the Wormville nightcrawler. Oh my gosh. Would you look at that right there? Right in the top. That worm was on that hook right there. Hooked him perfectly. The top lip. I can get the on the Wormville nightcrawlers right there. If y'all can see that, that is a giant stripe. Oh my gosh. On live Canadian nightcrawlers by Wormville Live Bait Company, found in Walmarts, local tackle shops, everywhere. That right there, folks, is what you need. Wormville nightcrawlers. If y'all can see that, that is a giant fish. Look at that. It's giant. I am so happy. Let this bad boy go. I'm just out of breath after fighting that fish for that long. I don't even know what to do. That is just awesome. Try this again. There's one. We had a kind of a mishap. There's one right there. Another one. That was a crazy hook. Set another big one on the Wormville worms. I was trying to get him away from the bridge. They're just chewing up these worms here. This is wild. This ain't fun. I don't know what is. Y'all go get you some worms, some Wormville worms, and go look at all the other fish swimming out to him. I can see there's tons and tons of fish following him trying to get the bait out of his mouth. This one's not quite as big as the first one we caught. Gets my arm tired. I'm just grinning ear to ear because this is so much fun. These worms catch everything. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. It kind of speaks for itself, the video. You can tell that they catch fish. Golly, it's another big catfish. This is a giant catfish. That is just awesome. This one's even bigger here. And I thought this was a stripe the whole time. Come here. Hard to get these things in. There is that right there. He is grunting. He is not happy. Big old catfish. A big old catfish right there. On the Wormville worm. That's probably the best eating fish in the world. That right there is just a channel cat. That's awesome. Look at that little kitty cat right there. He's squirming and stuff, so we're going to get him back in the water. And there they go. There's another one right there. I don't know what this is. It doesn't feel very big. Feels like maybe a bass or something. Oh my gosh, a big old catfish. Look at that. Species number 2. Species number 2 on the good old worm. There's species number 2 on night crawlers. Not as big. Be some good eating though right there. Release him back. That's awesome. That just shows you, how many different species you can catch on just some simple worms like I was talking about at the beginning. Just on those Wormville worms right there. So everybody, that's going to conclude this video here. As you can see, the sun's starting to go down. It's starting to shine on my face. These right here, y'all can see them, Wormville worms. They are spectacular worms. They stay alive long. They have great movement in the water. I mean, I haven't seen some worms like this in a while. When I used to get worms, like I was saying, I'd get worms when I was little from Walmart and stuff, and they would always die within, 30 minutes, not even till I was home. They would already be dead and smelling bad. I've had these for a couple of days. They've stayed nice and fresh and good. They haven't died. They've been excellent. But y'all saw in the video, we caught some great fish. We caught a couple of big old catfish that we probably could have ate. We caught one giant stripe. I'm still just stunned at that stripe that we caught at the very beginning of the video. I mean, I really didn't think we'd started off like that. But you know, with these worms here, they're awesome. Y'all saw the video. There's the packaging that is going to be at most of y'all's local bait and tackle shops if you want to get any. These, like I said, the ones with the brown lid here, these are the Canadian night crawlers. They're a lot bigger. There's 12 in a pack. They're really, really big worms. And then, you know, you got these here, and these are just the live red worms. You can put 2 or 3 of these on a hook if you wanted to too. And these are a little bit smaller, but there's also 30 in a pack. You can see the awesome Bill Dance face right there. And like I said, you know, he said the 2 best times to fish is when it's raining and when it ain't. So that's always fun. The fish are blowing up right behind me. So we're gonna head in. They're still gonna be biting, you know. We got done fishing and stuff. But anyways, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like I was throwing just a little wacky rig here, threaded a worm. But as always, check out Wormville. They're awesome. I'm gonna leave their links in the bio and stuff in the video. Check out all my social medias, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, stuff like that. They'll be in the link in the bio too. But as always, folks, chase your dreams.